Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Greco and I'm a faculty member here in the biology department. In this short video, I want to tell you about Temple College Biological Research Institute, an opportunity for all students at Temple College to get involved in research. Now, if you're a biology major, this will be of particular interest to you, as you will have the opportunity to not only get involved in research, but perhaps graduate with biological honors. The purpose of Temple College Biological Research Institute, or TCBRI, is to provide community college students with an inquiry-based research opportunity in the life sciences that fosters critical thinking, enriches the community college experience, and inspires the next generation of scientific scholars. It's very common at the larger four-year institutions that undergraduates that are interested in science can go and volunteer at labs of the professors that maybe they have a good relationship with, or maybe you took a class with a professor and you're intrigued by what they talked about and what they did. Most of the faculty here at Temple College got their feet wet in that way. That was the way that we found out that we had a passion for science, because we realized that science is not just a bunch of facts and information. Science is actually just a way of answering questions. And these are questions that have never been asked before, things that we just don't know the answers to. And the only way to answer these questions is to collect data and see what the data says. Now, normally at a two-year institution, you wouldn't get an opportunity like this. But this is the purpose of TCBRI, is to give you that same type of opportunity that you would normally have to wait to get until you were in a big four-year college. Now, we take it a step further. At TCBRI, you are going to design your own research project. You carry out the research, you analyze the data, and then at the end, you're going to present that research to experts in the field. Projects that we have been involved with in the past have included insects, zebra mussels, dental hygiene, and nutrition. If the topic interests you and the project is feasible, and there is a faculty member who can help you with it, then by all means, we can carry it out at TCBRI. The largest project that we are currently engaged in is analyzing the zebra mussel infestation in our local lakes. The primary investigator of this project is Dr. Lachlan, the chair of the biology department. This project has been an important way that we are learning about how our local area is being infected by this invasive species. The project has received numerous grants, has garnered attention by the press, and lots of students have been involved with it and have benefited from being a part of that research project. Now, one of the questions that you might wonder is, well, why should I get involved in research? What are the advantages of doing so? Well, first and foremost, it's fun and it's interesting. Most of the students that take part in TCBRI are intrigued by what it is that we're studying, and they're interested to know the results of their research. It also gives you a better understanding of how science is actually done. When you walk into a science classroom, there's a lot of information that students are forced to memorize, or you have to show and demonstrate your understanding of. But science really is this way of asking questions and analyzing the answers in an objective way. And when you're sitting in a classroom, that's not always abundantly clear. So students don't come to know science the way that we as faculty and researchers know it. When I think back on the days that I volunteered for research, I was learning so much, and I didn't even realize it at the time until I got into classrooms later where they were teaching me that particular topic, and I realized I knew all of this information because I had done it firsthand. And the great thing about an experience like this is that you are getting an opportunity to collaborate with experts. Not just an expert standing at the front of the room droning on about information or assigning you papers that you have to write, but actually seeing how a scientist goes about the process. And you are a partner in that research. You're not just watching, you're not just a passive participant. You are taking part, you're gathering data, you're seeing how the analysis works. You're seeing the intricacies of what it takes to publish an article, or make a poster, or to give an oral presentation. This is a great way to establish some professional relationships. All of the students that we are involved with in this research, we continue to work with them and collaborate with them and talk with them, even when they leave Temple College and they go on to bigger and better things. And these same students, they benefit not just from the relationships they develop with faculty at Temple College, but also the relationships they develop with scientists in the topic of their choice. Now, going into the health allied professions or medicine or biology, this can be very competitive. And by showing that you have an interest, by demonstrating that early on you wanted to be a part of the process, it's going to naturally enhance your resume. In the future, when you are being critiqued or when you are trying to be competitive to get into a program or to get a job, it's going to look really good that you had that initiative to get involved and that you learned a lot of this firsthand scientific information. Now, the way that we have structured TCBRI, we haven't designed it in such a way that you can just casually come in and then casually leave. We are asking for a kind of commitment here. So for students that want to get involved in the process, the first step is going to be taking the Research Methods class, BIOL 2389. This class helps to create a foundational understanding of the scientific process and publication and how to analyze graphs and what all the information means that you are assessing. One of the main goals of this research methods class is to have students establish the project that they want to do so they can start doing the research by looking at papers, start understanding what has and hasn't been done, what is known and what's not known, and then start formulating questions of their own to see, well, what's feasible? What questions could I potentially answer? And what is Temple College capable of? And ideally, what we want students to do is to complete these studies and then present them at a professional conference. But overall, this is the process that we want students to go through. We want them to take this research methods class. As they're taking it, we're going to help them develop their project, start seeing what can and can't be done, and then bring the project to fruition and draw some conclusion, and then share that with the scientific community. Now, biology majors that go through this process have the ability to graduate with biological honors, and it will say that on the transcript. It'll also say that on the student's diploma. In order to do this, students have to take the core biology courses like BIOL 1406. They have to take that research methods course. They have to carry out and complete their study, present it to the biology faculty, and then successfully submit an abstract to a professional conference or anything that helps to communicate it to the scientific community. Now, in addition, if a student wants to graduate with biological honors, we need them to have a GPA of 3.0 or higher at the time of graduation. And the faculty mentor that they are working with has to sign off on it, that they have completed everything and they have done a good job. So if this sounds like something you think that you would want to be involved in, the first thing that you might want to do is talk to your instructor. Ask them any questions that you might have about the process, and then start thinking about what type of research would interest you and what would be realistic. Now, it's totally understandable that you might not have any idea of what research you could get involved in and what you might do, and that's totally understandable. So the first step would be to talk to the instructor of your choice, any of the faculty members in the biology department that you have a good relationship with and you think that you could work well with, and ask them what project could come from it all. You can also reach out to me at the email address that's shown below and ask me any questions that you'd like, and I'll give you an answer and try and give you an idea of what the whole process would be like and how we could get you involved. So I really hope that you'll consider getting involved with TCBRI, and I hope to hear from you in the future.